Alright, I'm going to talk about leather now. Because leather's kind of the most important first choice. It's kind of the base of what everything starts out with. And this is the one I started out with. And this is pig. And I started out with pig because it's kind of well known for being able to get wet and dry out and get wet and dry out and kind of retain, it doesn't get as stiff as a lot of other leathers do. And I found that to be true. And because I wash these things after every use, every time after every use. And pig is really the one that just comes back to right the way it was. You know, you don't really notice the difference between after washing it several times. It really holds up. It's got a really nice grain to it. You see that grain, you know, you can see kind of like individual, not quite circles, but almost little cells kind of. It's got a really nice texture. It's soft. The only thing I don't like about pig is I've had a really hard time finding vegetable tan pig. I'm sure it's out there. I just haven't found it. But I use it. It's actually kind of one of my new favorites. But yeah, pig. This is pig. Okay, the next one I want to show you is lamb. And so lamb is buttery soft. I mean, there's no other way to say it. It's just incredibly smooth. It just feels so good on the skin. And it's usually a little thinner, so it's kind of it doesn't have as much body to it. And I'd say this is out of the three I typically use, this one's the worst for holding up its softness over multiple washings. It's still definitely usable after multiple washings. It's noticeably stiffer. You know, like leather gets stiff if it gets wet and dries out. You can kind of stretch it out, and that makes some of that go away. You can get it soft again, and it's definitely very usable. I would say most of the time I've used lamb. It's kind of my go-to. But I've kind of moving a little bit away from it now that I've kind of rediscovered this next leather. So this is lamb. The next one is goat, and look at these nice little kind of lines going across here. It's a little thick. This definitely has some body to it. It's a little thicker. I'd say it's halfway between, maybe not halfway, but it's between goat and pig as far as holding up to multiple washes. I'd say a little bit more towards pig. It's actually, from my experience, it's been really good about holding up, but not quite as good as pig. But it definitely has a smooth texture, soft, smooth texture, and I've been really liking this one. I've used this one a lot. I kind of discovered it by accident, and I'm really happy I did. So this is some good leather. This is the goat. And something to keep in mind, every piece of leather comes from an animal, and that animal's life has been different than the other animal that came before it, and so their leather is always different. It's never going to be the same. Different textures, different. You know, the skin pattern is going to be different, and but you know, I try and get the best ones I can, and I've been really happy with these three. So these are the three I recommend. So yeah, that's that.